Here's a secret most women never hear. You don't build strong bones only in the gym. Yes, of course, walking, yoga, or lifting weights, they do matter. But your skeleton is also shaped by what you do when you're not exercising, how you sleep, how you handle stress, and the little choices you make every day. Your bones are always listening. When you get enough deep sleep, they rebuild. When you stay in chronic stress, they break down. When you fuel them with minerals and protect them from harmful habits, they thrive. Today, we're going beyond the dumbbells and the treadmills to uncover how everyday lifestyle habits can either strengthen your bones or quietly steal from them. I'd like to welcome you to MenoSpark, the podcast that helps women reignite their spark through perimenopause and beyond with a focus on holistic health. I'm your host, Allie Thies. I'm a board certified sexologist, menopause care provider, integrative wellness coach, and your go to guide for navigating the wild, weird, and wonderful ride that is midlife. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to hit that follow button so that you never miss an episode. And if you're returning, thank you for being a part of this amazing community. Well, all those special menopause wellness coaching sessions that I had, they're all gone. So if you didn't grab one in time, I'm sorry. Um, Maybe I'll do another one closer, I don't know, Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving, there's a lot of food around, right? And then we go into Christmas. And then before you know it, we're partying on, maybe not partying, maybe watching TV as the ball drops, but still, we're probably eating something, right? So maybe I'll do this in November, maybe January again for the specials. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. And if you've been listening to Love Notes, my late night show on love, desire, and soulful connection on TikTok, I have it on Friday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. This Friday, the 26th, I will not be having a show. No show. But there is a podcast version of Love Notes that I just started making available. I have 2 episodes for that. So if you put in your favorite, um, what am I trying to think, podcast aggregator or podcast player and put in Love Notes, it should pop up. Yes. So I will be seeing John Waite this Friday in Kent. I am really looking forward to it. He always puts on a very good concert. Now, for September, our theme has been bone health. Well, we're obviously continuing on in this theme. We're talking about bone health beyond the gym, sleep, stress, and daily habits. So, sleep isn't just about resting your mind, it's about repairing your body, and that includes your bones. Here's how it works. During sleep, I can't even say it. Restorative, there we go. Restorative sleep, your body releases growth hormone. That hormone is like a construction crew that comes in to repair micro damage and rebuild bone tissue. Without enough deep sleep, that crew doesn't show up, and your bones don't get the reinforcement that they need. Studies have found that women who regularly sleep fewer than 6 hours per night have significantly lower bone density. That means tossing and turning isn't just making you cranky, it's literally making your bones more fragile. So, what can you do? My number one go to is to create a bedtime ritual. I can't stress this enough. Turn off screens an hour before bed, dim the lights, maybe sip a calming tea like calamine, or I like apple and cinnamon now that it is autumn here in the Northern Hemisphere. Maybe have some magnesium rich foods like a few almonds, some pumpkin seeds to relax your muscles and support sleep. Think of bedtime as a bone strengthening appointment, not something optional, but something protective. Now, stress is sneaky. Is it so? We tend to think if we think, yep, there we go. We tend to think of it as a mental load, worry, tension, busy schedules. But biologically, stress takes a toll on your bones. Here's why. Stress, it releases cortisol. your fight or flight hormone. And when that cortisol stays elevated for too long, it actually leaches calcium from your bones. It tells your body, survival now, maintenance later. Over time, that means weaker bones and higher risk of fractures. But here's the empowering piece. You don't have to live stress-free because, well, that's unattainable to protect your bones. You just need to have some stress resets. So, for instance, do a breathing reset. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Repeat for about 2 minutes. You can do a nature reset. This is one of my favorites. Step outside, maybe put your bare feet on the ground and let your nervous system calm down. You can also maybe put your palms down on the ground to feel the grass, to feel the dirt. I am a big tree hugger. I'm not going to lie. I go and I have a tree in my yard and I go hug it, and I'm sure my neighbors think I'm crazy, but it is a nice reset for my nervous system. And then we have a writing reset. Jot down what you're worrying about. Then write one thing you can do about it today. So, for instance, if you're worrying about money, because really, there's not many people who are not worrying about money nowadays, especially when you're paying 20 something dollars for some coffee, right? Write down, I'm finding it difficult to find money for coffee. Okay. So what is the one thing you can do about that today? Can you cut down on the amount of coffee you consume every day? Instead of consuming, I don't know, half a pot of coffee, maybe just have one nice big mugful. Maybe you drink a mugful and switch over to tea. One of my favorite teas is red hibiscus. It gives you a zing. It does. It ups your energy without giving you any caffeine. And it's also, by the way, good for high blood pressure. Just throw that out there. But yeah, writing reset really does help, and so does the red hibiscus. So every time you lower cortisol, you stop that calcium drain. Managing stress isn't just about self-care, it's skeletal care. Now let's talk about the little things you might not think about. Some habits that either feed your bones or weaken them. And let's go right into caffeine, shall we? So caffeine and soda or pop or soda pop, whatever you'd like to call it. 1 cup of coffee in the morning, totally fine. But multiple cups a day or sodas filled with phosphates can interfere with calcium absorption. Swap 1 cup for green tea or sparkling water to give your bones a break. Again, red hibiscus tea. Cannot stress this enough. Alcohol. A nightly glass of wine may feel harmless and sometimes really necessary, but alcohol disrupts how your body absorbs calcium and vitamin D. Over time, it does add up. Try making alcohol a weekend treat or maybe a once a month treat rather than a daily habit. Smoking. If you smoke, here's the hard truth. It's one of the fastest ways to weaken your bones. Smoking limits blood flow, interferes with estrogen, and speeds up bone loss. If you've been on the fence about quitting, let your skeleton be the reason. And posture. And this one I have to practice on a daily basis. Sitting hunched at a desk compresses your spine. Slouching adds pressure on your fragile vertebrae. A quick posture reset, rolling your shoulders back, stacking your spine tall, takes 30 seconds, but pays dividends in spinal health. These may sound small, but your bones respond to daily signals. Every sip, every posture choice, every cigarette or skip meal adds up. Consistency, good or bad, is partly what determines your bone health future. Now, here's the piece women don't hear often enough. Bone health isn't just about avoiding osteoporosis. It's about confidence. When you're sleeping well, your stress is under control. When you're making smart swaps, you start to feel in charge again. You're not bracing for the next fracture or worrying if you're going to be able to travel, climb stairs, and maybe play with your grandkids. Instead, you stand taller, literally because your posture is stronger, and figuratively, because you trust your body again. That trust radiates into your work, your relationships, and even your intimacy. Bone health is more than bone density. It is the freedom to live boldly, without fear, and with a renewed sense of independence. And if this is something you want to work on with a mentor, hit me up. Uh, I have spaces available in my private coaching if you would like to be part of it. And the first step is to do Unpause, which is my menopause wellness audit. The link is included in the show notes. Check it out if that's something for you. Or if you got questions about what it's like to work with me as a mentor, just send me a DM. Send me an email, Allie at menopausewellness.co. Or you can hit me up at Allie at Allie at thepassionzone.com. Okay, so your spark, focus, action steps for the week. Choose one of these three. Sleep. Commit to a lights out time 3 nights for this week, aiming for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Your bones repair mostly during deep rest. So say you normally go to bed at 10 and you're up at 5. Or you go to bed at 11 because you watch the news, 11:30 because then you're worried about stuff. You still wake up at 5. Maybe try to go to bed just a little bit earlier and make sure your screens are off. No doom scrolling in bed. You can also add a stress reset. That's the second thing you can add. Add one mini reset every day, whether it's a breathing exercise, journaling, or maybe stepping outside barefoot for 5 minutes. Lower cortisol, stronger bones. And healthy swap. Replace one daily soda, sugary latte, or a nightly glass of wine with maybe some water, bone broth, or herbal tea. Red hibiscus. Again, can't say it enough. The single swap protects your calcium balance. Don't try to change everything at once. Nobody can do that. It's overwhelming, right? It's overwhelming normally, but you hit menopause and a lot of things feel overwhelmed, right? We don't have the patience we used to. Our mood swings. We tend to get angry a hell of a lot faster than we did. And can estrogen and your hormones help you out with this? Of course it can. But not everyone can take hormones. I cannot take any. Ovarian cancer runs like a banshee on one side of the family, while heart disease and a hell of a lot of blood clots run on the other side of the family. So I'm effed. I can't from both sides of my family. Thank you, parents. I love you, but for crying out loud, um, I can't take it. So we have to think of different ways to keep our sanity, to move forward, to thrive during menopause as opposed to just existing. It takes work, and I am not going to lie, I bitch a lot to myself mostly, but it's worth it. Everything I do is worth it because my life, I want to live a long time and I want to be healthy during this time as well. My partying and stuff was in the 80s. I'm done with that. So let's look forward to what's coming up. All right? And I want you to remember, you're not imagining your symptoms. You deserve support, not skepticism. It's okay to ask for what you need and to let go of needing permission to validate your experience, whether that needing permission is coming from one of your doctors or your spouse, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whomever it is. You don't need their permission. I can't tell that enough. And if today's episode resonates with you, I see you. I've been there. Hell, I'm still there. And I promise there is a way forward. Don't walk this road alone. You are worthy of healing, connection, and joy. And I want to thank you for hanging out with me here on MenoSpark today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend, leave a review, and make sure you are subscribed. Before I finish, just want to make a comment. Someone asked me, why don't you edit your podcast so all the words you fumble and can't say, why don't you do that so everything's nice and smooth? Because life isn't smooth. Menopause is not smooth. Nothing is smooth. And I, I am what I am. What you see is what you get. I stumble over words every single day. It's part menopause, part my ADHD brain that was never diagnosed. It's part of my dyslexia that was never diagnosed, and I do the best I can, as we all do, every single day. So why don't you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Substack at the Menopausal Minute for even more tips, tricks, and inspiration. If no one's told you this today, let me be the first to say it. You are fabulous. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Until next time, keep that spark alive. You deserve it.